Yo, listen up, all my British homies. Let's talk about the cops, can we get comfy? Always on the beat, but where are they when you need them? Sitting in their cars, eating donuts, looking creamy, swearing like a sailor, but it's how we feel. When we see those blue lights, it's no big deal. They're supposed to protect and serve, but it's a bloody joke. Just a bunch of power tripping bastards, smoking fags and cracking jokes. The police, UK edition. Cars feeling like we're in a bad remission. Can't trust them, can't love them, always causing trouble, acting like some scum. We're just trying to live our lives, but they're always watching, always looking for a reason to start some stalking. Think they're above the law, but they're just below par. A bunch of bloody wankers, can't even drive a car. They're supposed to keep the peace, but they're causing all the strife. Always sticking their noses where they don't belong in life. Can't even solve a murder, but they'll nick you for some weed. A bunch of useless brats, it's time to take a knee. The police, UK edition. Cars feeling like we're in a bad remission. Can't trust them, can't love them, always causing trouble, acting like some scum. Yo, listen up, all my Brit friends. I've got a little story to tell about the boys in blue again. They strut around, acting all tough, but when you need them, they're nowhere near enough. Feds in the UK, what's your deal? Catching speeders is the only thing you feel. But when it comes to real crime, you're nowhere to be found. Just sipping tea, acting like you rub off the ground. Oh, the fuzz in the UK, they're a joke. Just a bunch of Nazis off the clock they smoke. They're supposed to serve and protect, but I say not cool. Feds in the UK, you're just a bunch of fools. VC plug, you're looking quite smug, but your bacon brain can't handle a real bug. You're scared of the criminals, that's clear to see. Just another reason why no one respects thee. You're more interested in writing tickets, stealing from the innocent like common pickpockets. Your reputation's in the gutter, no one gives a damn, while you're busy harassing kids with a bang and a clam. Oh, the fuzz in the UK, they're a joke. Just a bunch of Nazis off the clock they smoke. They're supposed to serve and protect, but I say not cool. Feds in the UK, you're just a bunch of fools. Talking the talk, but can't walk the walk. Just a bunch of cowards with your battens and talk. You're supposed to be the good guys, but you're just a farce. A national embarrassment stuck in a time lapse. So here's a message, loud and clear, for the fuzz in the UK who can't steer. Get your act together or you'll be in for a shock, cause the people of Britain are ready to rock. Oh, the fuzz in the UK, they're a joke. Just a bunch of Nazis off the clock they smoke. So here's a message, loud and clear, for the fuzz in the UK who can't steer. Get your act together or you'll be in for a shock, cause the people of Britain are ready to rock. Oh, the fuzz in the UK, they're a joke. Just a bunch of Nazis off the clock they smoke.
Yo, listen up, motherfuckers, I got a story to tell about the goddamn cops and how they make folks' blood boil when they roll up. I whip out my fucking phone, start recording cause they act all nice and unknown. They think I'm the problem, but they the real shit. Every time they step out, they cause a fucking fit. But when the camera's on, they change their fucking game, smiling like they ain't got a goddamn thing to blame. Feel the fucking buzz, don't you hesitate, cause when they're on duty, it's a goddamn different state. Talking peace, but it's a fucking shady game. One side of them, and you'll never be the same. I ain't talking about the few who do the right, no, I'm talking about the fucking assholes who incite, swearing to protect, to serve with fucking pride, but half the time, they're the reason folks run and hide. Flash that badge and they think they own the place, but when I film them, they can't hide the fucking face, but they hide the faces of who died from the cell door. Feel the fucking buzz, don't you hesitate, cause when they're on duty, it's a goddamn different state. Talking peace, but it's a fucking shady game. One side of them, and you'll never be the same. Swearing like the fucking sailor, ain't no time for grace, cause when they show up, it's a goddamn fucking race. Running red lights, sirens screaming loud. They got the power, but it ain't no fucking proud. So here's my message to the boys in fucking blue. Step up your goddamn game, or we'll make you review every fucking move you make, every step you take. We got the footage, so don't you dare shake. Feel the fucking buzz, don't you hesitate, cause when they're on duty, it's a goddamn different state. Talking peace, but it's a fucking shady game. One side of them, and you'll never be the same. So next time you see a fucking cop, don't you dare forget, grab your goddamn phone and start recording. It's time to show the threat. Feel the fucking buzz and let them know we ain't ain't playing. Cause when they're on duty, it's a whole different fucking game. Yo, it's time to spit some truth, no sugar-coated lies. Cops rolling up out without my phone, start recording to the skies. They think I'm causing alarm, but they the goddamn fools. When they step out the car, people act like damn fools. Film the motherfucking cops every goddamn time I see them. Gotta capture the action or they'll try to deceive them. They're acting all nice, but it's just for the camera. When they log on duty, they're the real fucking drama. I ain't talking about the few good ones, they do exist. But the rest, man, they're a goddamn pain in the ass like a bad fucking itch. They strut around in uniform, acting all high and mighty. But when they're off duty, they're nothing but a sad fucking sight. Oh, so flighty. God, film the fucking cops every day. Yo, film the motherfucking cops every day.
Yo, it's a tough world, ain't no justice in sight. Complain to the cops, but they just gaslight. They twist the truth, make you feel like a fool. Asking for proof, knowing you got no tool. I complain when they cover up the lies. They got the power, they control the skies. Push is the game, they know you can't win. In the system, truth's wearing thin. You speak your truth, they turn it around. Evidence lost, never to be found. They got the badge, the law in their hand. But justice for us, it's like sinking in sand. Why complain when they cover up the lies? They got the power, they control the skies. Who's just a game, they know you can't win. In the system, truth's wearing thin. We need a change, a voice for the weak. A system that's fair, where truth can speak. Till then we fight, we stand our ground. For justice and peace, we make our sound. Why complain when they cover up the lies? They got the power, they control the skies. Truth's just a game, they know you can't win. In the system, truth's wearing thin. Keep your head up, don't lose your fight. In the darkest hour, there's always light. Together we're strong, we break the chain. For a world where justice will reign. They say protect and serve, but who do they serve? The rich and the powerful, that's the nerve. We cry for justice, they turn a blind eye. In this broken system, we just get by. Why bother to complain about the boys in blue? They ain't never listening, they got nothing to prove. Don't twist your words around, make it seem like you're the fool. Even if you got proof, they'll still try to rule. They'll plant evidence, make it look like you're the one who knows what they're capable of. When the job is done, they'll ask you for proof, but they know you can't provide. It's just a game to them, they're on the other side. Don't waste your breath, don't even try to argue with the police, they'll never tell a lie. They'll cover up the truth and ask you for proof, but they'll never admit they're ever in the wrong. They'll say you're resistant, even if you're still. They'll use excessive force and leave you with the bill. They'll say you fit the description of someone they're looking for. Even if you're innocent, they'll still want more. They'll say you're under arrest for something you didn't do, but they'll never let you go no matter what you say or do. They'll ask for your ID and search you from head to toe. Even if you're clean, they'll still want to know. Don't waste your breath, don't even try to argue with the police, they'll never tell a lie. They'll cover up the truth and ask you for proof, but they'll never admit they're ever in the wrong. They'll say you're resistant, even if you're still. They'll use excessive force and leave you with the bill. They'll let you say or do. They'll ask for your ID and search you from head to toe. Even if you're clean, they'll still want to know. Don't waste your breath, don't even try to argue with the police, they'll never tell a lie. They'll cover up the truth and ask you for proof, but they'll never admit they're ever in the wrong. It's a broken system that's been rigged for years, where the police can do no wrong and the citizens live in fear. Yo, it's time to shine a light on the dark side, where the truth gets buried and the lies reside. In the UK streets where the sirens wail, behind the badge there's a story to unveil. They say protect and serve, but who they really serve? Covering up mistakes, justice they subvert. From the top brass down to the beat cop, corruption runs deep and it needs to stop. Corruption in the force is a dirty game. Lies and deceit, they all sound the same. Covering the tracks, hiding the shame. It's time to call them out, put them all to blame. Misconduct in the ranks, it's a daily grind. From theft to fraud, crimes of every kind. They say it's just a few, but the numbers grow. Vetting failures, letting bad seeds sow. They hide behind the badge, think they're untouchable, but the truth is out, their actions are despicable. From the Met to the Midlands, the stories unfold. A culture of silence, the lies they uphold. Corruption in the force is a dirty game. Lies and deceit, they all sound the same. Covering their tracks, hiding the shame. It's time to call them out, put them all to blame. We need transparency, we need the truth. Accountability, from the old to the youth. No more cover-ups, no more lies. It's time for justice, let the truth rise. So let's stand together, make our voices heard. Demanding change, spreading the word. The force should protect, not deceive and betray. For a better tomorrow, we fight today. From the Hillsborough lies to the Stephen Lawrence case, injustice and deceit, it's a national disgrace. Whistleblowers silence, truth swept away. Families left in pain, still fighting today. They manipulate the facts, twist the narrative. In the court of public opinion, they're declarative. But behind closed doors, the corruption thrives. It's time to expose, let the truth survive. Corruption in the force is a dirty game. Lies and deceit, they all sound the same. Covering their tracks, hiding the shame. It's time to call them out, put them all to blame. They target the vulnerable, abuse their power. In the darkest moments, they make us cower. From racial profiling to unlawful stops, their actions reveal the rot that never stops. We need reform, a system overhaul. For justice and truth, we make the call. No more hiding, no more disguise. It's time for the people to open their eyes. Corruption in the force is a dirty game. Lies and deceit, they all sound the same. Covering their tracks, hiding the shame. It's time to call them out, put them all to blame. We need transparency, we need the truth. Accountability, from the old to the youth. No more cover-ups, no more lies. It's time for justice, let the truth rise. So let's stand together, make our voices heard. The time to stand together, make need the truth. Accountability, from the old to the youth. No more cover-ups, no more lies. It's time for justice, let the truth rise. So let's stand together, make our voices heard.
In Hatfield town, a shadow's cast. A man named Cav, his life didn't last. Locked in a cell, no hope, no light. An officer bragged, it didn't take long, right? Justice denied, truth in the dark. FOIA requests igniting the spark. Cav's story hidden, but now it's told. A life lost in custody, the truth unfolds. FOIA field, the truth revealed. Cav's fate in a cell, his wounds unhealed. Hanging from a door, a tragic end. Police complaints they tried to defend. Justice denied, truth in the dark. FOIA requests igniting the spark. Cav's story hidden, but now it's told. A life lost in custody, the truth unfolds. Cover-ups and lies they tried to hide, but the truth came out. No place to confide. Cav's memory lives in the hearts of the brave, seeking justice for the life they couldn't save. They denied truth in the dark. FOIA requests igniting the spark. Cav's story hidden, but now it's told. A life lost in custody, the truth unfolds. Hatfield shadow, a tale of woe. Cav's story now that the world will know. Injustice exposed, the fight goes on. For every lost soul, we must stay strong. Hatfield shadow, a tale of woe. Cav's story now that the world will know. Injustice exposed, the fight goes on. For every lost soul, we must stay strong. Hatfield town, a shadow's cast. A man named Cav, his life didn't last. Locked in a cell, no hope, no light. An officer bragged, it didn't take long, right? Justice denied, truth in the dark. FOIA requests igniting the spark. Cav's story hidden, but now it's told. A life lost in custody, the truth unfolds. FOIA vital, the truth revealed. Cav's fate in a cell, his wounds unhealed. Hanging from a door, a tragic end. Police complaints they tried to defend. Justice denied, truth in the dark. FOIA requests igniting the spark. Cav's story hidden, but now it's told. A life lost in custody, the truth unfolds. FOIA field, the truth revealed. Cav's fate in a cell, his wounds unhealed. Hanging from a door, a tragic end. Police complaints they tried to defend. Justice denied, truth in the dark. FOIA requests igniting the spark. Cav's story hidden, but now it's told. A life lost in custody, the truth unfolds. Cover-ups and lies they tried to hide, but the truth came out. No place to confide. Camrys mourn, their hearts in pain, seeking answers, justice to gain. Officers sworn to protect and serve, but some cross lines. Justice they swerve. Cav's life mattered, his story's loud. In his name we stand proud. Justice denied, truth in the dark. FOIA requests igniting the spark. Cav's story hidden, but now it's told. A life lost in custody, the truth unfolds. Hatfield shadow, a tale of woe. Cav's story now, the world will know. Injustice exposed, the fight goes on. For every lost soul we must stay strong. Officers sworn, they're pricked and served, but some cross lines just as they swerve. Kev's life mattered, his story's loud. In his name we stand proud. Justice in the halls, secrets kept tight, but the truth has a way of coming to light. Families mourn, their hearts in pain, seeking answers, justice to gain. Officers sworn to protect and serve, but some cross lines just as they swerve. Kev's life mattered, his story's loud. In his name we stand proud. Justice denied, truth in the dark. Void requests igniting the spark. Kev's story hidden, but now it's told. A life lost in custody, the truth unfolds. Marching for change, voices unite. In Kev's name we continue the fight. No more silence, no more fear. For every lost soul we persevere. Hatfield sworn to protect and serve, but some cross lines just as they swerve. Kev's life mattered, his story's loud. In his name we stand proud. Justice denied, truth in the dark. Void requests igniting the spark. Kev's story hidden, but now it's told. A life lost in custody, the truth unfolds. Reaching for change, voices unite. In Kev's name we continue the fight. No more silence, no more fear. For every lost soul we persevere. Hatfield streets echo with cries demanding justice, no more lies. From the shadows we bring the light. For Kevin, others we stand and fight. Justice denied, truth in the dark. Void requests igniting the spark. Justice denied, truth in the dark. Void requests igniting the spark.
Yeah. Look at these clowns in the high-vis vest, roaming the streets on a power trip quest. Canterbury's finest, more like Canterbury's worst. Treating every citizen like they're cursed. They see a woman in a scuffle, blood on her face. Instead of help, they bring the cage in disgrace. Swift arrest, they call it, I call it a joke. Another pig in a uniform looking for smoke.
You talk about assaults rising every damn week.
Maybe look at the way you treat the mild and the meek. Tactical team, more like a tactical mess. Putting people in cuffs just to relieve your own stress.
A guy asks for help, says his girl got hit.
And the cop just barks.
Give me your name, you piece of shit.
Don't swear in the street, you're the one with the gun. Ruining lives just for a bit of sick fun.
And let's talk about the drive and the risk on the road. While you're out here acting like some moral code, you pull people over for a glazed over eye. While you're speeding through red lights, letting safety die.
A risk to the public every time you're behind the wheel. Sirens screaming loud for a deal you can't steal. You're a hazard, a menace, a bad driver at best. Failing every single public safety test.
In crew, they're responding to a brawl in the night, looking for any excuse to start up a fight. A kid's bleeding out, his phone has been tossed, and you tackle him down till his dignity's lost.
Shut your mouth, says the officer, acting real tough, while the actual criminals are calling your bluff. You're supposed to protect, you're supposed to serve, but all you do is get on every taxpayer's nerve.
The guy in Macclesfield, just a drunk on the lane. You lock him up tight to inflict a bit of pain, cause he told you the offer.
Well, did your feelings get hurt? Grow a pair, officer, you're lower than dirt. You spend hours on paperwork for a word and a gesture. All the real violent crime is under no pressure. Waste of our money, waste of our time, treating a mouthy drunk like a capital crime.
Then you find a man fishing with an air rifle in back, and you act like he's launching a terrorist attack.
Where's your case?
You ask with a smug little grin, desperate to find a way to reel a victim in. The guy's a contractor just doing his job, but you swarm him like a legalized blue-shirted mob.
Crystal ball.
You say no,
You just have a badge and a hunger for power that no logic can manage.
in Edinburgh's ARV, playing soldier in the dark, aiming submachine guns for a tiny little spark, pointing heckles and cuts at a kid on the floor because someone saw a toy and you wanted a war.
A pellet gun, really? You nearly took a life over an imitation toy and some fabricated strife.
You're lucky he didn't move.
Lucky he stayed still, or you'd have another justified kill on your bill.
Now, look at the woman 4 times over the limit. Yeah, she's a mess, but look at how you spin it.
Lovely in sweet rooms, you mock with a sneer, enjoying the fact that she's drowning in fear. You love the authority, you love the control. It's written in the darkness of your hollowed out soul.
No sympathy given, just a cell and a fine, while you're the ones crossing the ethical line.
Coben Bay's officers chasing toy tractors around like a couple of lost dogs in the local pound.
Taxi cabs hitching, the whole system is rot, catching 2 lads for a laugh that they shouldn't have gone.
While you're the rest for theft, then you let them go free after wasting 2 hours of their liberty.
It's a pantomime show, a circus in blue, and the biggest clowns in the ring are all of you.
Talk about unkept appearance as a sign of the drink. Maybe look in the mirror and take time to think.
The way you handle the public is ragged and worn, leaving nothing but anger and socialized scorn.
You're the last line of attention.
No, you're the first to offend, a cycle of misery that never will end. Insulting the people you're paid to defend, while you drive like a maniac around every bend.
Every episode's the same,
night cops parade, showing off the pathetic little choices you've made. You target the weak, you target the loud, but you're never around when the real killers are proud.
You're a risk to the public, a danger on the street with your ego inflated and your logic obsolete.
Put down the cuffs, pull the car to the side, because there's nowhere for your incompetence to hide.
So here is the verdict, the view from the ground, the most hated gang that can never be found.
Swearing at victims, driving like fools, making up lies and breaking the rules. You're not heroes, you're hazards in a checkered cap, caught in a cycle of your own power trip traps. The badge is a joke, the uniform's a stain, and the public is tired of your blue-blooded pain.
In Dunkirk shadow, the cold fucks your bones. Under plastic sheeting, damp to the skin. The police raids hit hard at midnight. Smashed a few things we're hiding within. We pay the gangster with the night, the one who promises the crossing tonight. He takes your last 50 euros, then points you toward the sea and the fucking fading light. We climb into the dinghy, 20 people packed like shit in cargo. No space for air. The sea is a black monster, rocking us sick, a gut-wrenching, silent prayer. We see the UK Coast Guard circling, their spotlights harsh, their purpose grim. If we get caught, it's back to the freezing camp, back to the borders, violent grim. My sister, she went with the wrong smuggler, the one with the cruel cold eyes. He promised her safe passage, but now she's gone, buried in a fucking shallow lie. We heard the stories from the camp, the women traded like a vile, cheap commodity, the men who vanished in the night, swallowed by the human trafficking monstrosity. In the back of the lorry, hidden for days with the smell of diesel and stale sweat, a family of four, the father coughing blood of death. We can never forget the driver, a bastard who slaps the children when they cry, demanding absolute silence. He threatens to dump us on the motorway, feeding our terror with brutal, callous violence. When we finally hit the English land, the relief is just a fleeting, weak gust, because the next set of predators are waiting, preying on our fear and our trust. We need papers, we need to disappear, so we fall in with the shady crew, the ones who promise jobs and shelter, but take our dignity and our future too. The housing is a fucking nightmare, 10 people crammed into one damp room. The landlord, he's extorting the rent, trapping us in this suffocating gloom. If you complain, he sends his heavies, those thugs who break your teeth with a smile. We work cash in hand for pennies, held captive in his criminal guile. My cousin, he got pulled into dealing, pushed to the street to sell the white powder. A kid barely 18, now running from rivals, his life getting smaller and louder. The choice is between starvation or crime, a trap set by this unwelcoming state. You can't get legal work, so you break the law, sealing your own horrific fate. We see the locals pointing, whispering their insults. They fear a tangible wall. They treat us like vermin, a source of disease, hoping to see us slip and fall. They talk of their taxes and the NHS, oblivious to the years of waiting and pain. Their systems are closed, their hearts are hardened, soaking us in their fucking rain. They talk of vetting the lefties, but who is vetting the gangs that thrive on our need? The people smugglers, the fake document makers, planting a criminal seed. The real military operation is the hustle to survive, to dodge the law and threat. While you protest the crossings, the fucking crime lords are banking their ill-gotten dead. A friend of mine, he tried to report the exploitation, but the police just laughed in his face. Said, go back to where you came from, mate, denying him justice and grace. He's now hiding from the gang he informed on, fearing the bullet more than the state. Caught between two violent worlds, sealed by a terrifying fucking fate. Talk about winter safety, but winter means more bush capsizing, more fucking death, more families vanished in the grey foam, struggling for their last breath. Humanitarian crisis, it's a gold mine for the sharks who run the black market trade. They pray an art to spare while your politicians debate and passively degrade. Survived the journey, but the struggle has not yet ceased. Every day is a negotiation, a battle with poverty, a hungry ravenous beast. You see the crime, the shadows, but you don't see the cause. The system that fucks us all, trapped in your land of false promises, waiting for the inevitable brutal fall.
Yeah. Yo. Yo, look at the horizon, what the fuck do you see? A multi-million-pound drone flying high and fancy. It's got thermal, it's got radar, it's got high-tech eyes, but it's all a fucking circus, just a pack of shiny lies. The tech is state-of-the-art, the best money can buy, yet the rubber boats keep coming under the midday sky. They see them from the coast of France, they track them every mile, while the bureaucrats in London just sit back and fucking smile. It's a surveillance state theatre, a digital charade, where the smugglers get richer from the mess they fucking made. The drones are just cameras for a show we didn't ask for, watching every tiny vessel wash up on the fucking shore. They call it maritime awareness, what a load of corporate shit. It's just watching people drown while we pay for every bit. The R5 is circling, looking down from the clouds, mapping out the coordinates for the incoming crowds. If you can see the fucking boat, why is it still on the move? Cause the policy is broken with nothing left to prove. They claim their hands are tied by the laws of the sea, but it's just a massive failure at the highest degree. Monitor and track, that's the fucking battle cry, while the taxpayers are bleeding and the bills are hitting high. It's a high definition view of a system that's collapsed, and the public's fucking patience is finally being sapped. Now let's talk about the service when they hit the UK line. It's a fucking Uber Black for the illegal and the blind. The border force is waiting like a goddamn greeting crew. Welcome to the White Cliffs, here's a blanket just for you. Then an interceptor stop them, they intercept a guide, giving every single lawbreaker a fucking luxury ride. The Navy and the lifeboats doing work they shouldn't do, acting like a ferry service for the smugglers fucking queue. It's a spit in the face to every person in the queue who did it by the book and saw their paperwork through. We're escorting them in like they're fucking royalty. Total lack of backbone, total lack of loyalty. 60 people in a dinghy, it's a death trap on the waves, but we made the whole process a path to being saved. The smugglers know the drill, they know the fucking game. Put enough kids on the boat and we'll never be the same. It's emotional blackmail and it works every time, turning a border violation into a victimless crime. The drones are taking pictures of the chaos and the fear, while the politicians' rhetoric is all we ever hear. We'll stop the boats, they shout with a are just the ushers taking a fucking bow. Why the fuck are we watching if we're never gonna act? It's a documented failure and that's a fucking fact. The channel is full of hardware, millions spent on the tech, but the numbers keep on climbing, a total fucking wreck. 1,400 in a week, are you fucking kidding me? While the drones are live streaming the death of the country, it's a search and rescue loop that'll never fucking end. A broken hearted system and nobody wants to mend. They bring them into Dover, right into the harbour lights, while the local folks are losing sleep and losing all their rights. It's a managed invasion and the drones are the stage hands facilitating the chaos across our fucking lines. The French are on the beach having coffee and a smoke, watching boats launch off like the whole thing's a joke. Our drones see them leaving, but we can't touch the sand until they're hard way over and they're closer to our land. Then it's quick, get the life jackets, get the heaters on. By the time the sun is up, another dance and a gun. It's a fucking conveyor belt across the narrow sea, and we're paying for the fuel and the fucking security. The drones keep on buzzing like a fly on a corpse, reporting the data that the government distorts. It's a mockery of borders, a mockery of law, the biggest fucking failure that the world ever saw. They bring them to the docks, then it's straight onto the bus. No questions, no hurdles, and no fucking fuss. 3-star hotels while the veterans sleep in the rain. It's a recipe for anger, it's a recipe for pain. The drones recorded the crossing, they saw the whole trip from the moment they stepped on that piece of shit. But the video evidence just sits on a shelf while the country is forced to deconstruct itself. It's a slap in the mouth to the taxpayer man who's working 50 hours just to do what he can, while the Tribeca is climbing to $1 billion or more just to watch the front door unlocked from the floor. International law.
Yo.
The favorite fucking excuse of every spineless coward who's letting this loose. If the law says you have to ferry everyone who sails, then the law is a weapon and the fucking system fails. The crimes are just witnesses to a national crime.
Yo.
Wasted. Yeah. Fucking crimes are just witnesses to a national crime. Wasted.
Hello.
Look at the White Cliffs, what a fucking sight to behold. The biggest goddamn lie that's ever been told. The border is a myth, it's a wide open gate, while the people in charge just tell us to wait. The drones are in the sky, spending millions a day, just to watch the rubber dinghies come and play. They aren't stopping a soul, they're just filming the ride, while our dignity as a nation is washed out with the tide. It's a fucking circus, a high-definition show, watching the numbers of the uninvited grow. The smugglers are laughing, they've cracked the code, while we're stuck paying for the entire fucking load. They hit the sand at Dover, and what do they get? A dry set of clothes and a taxpayer-funded debt. The border force is waiting like a goddamn concierge, helping them along as the new arrivals emerge. Watch your step on the ladder, mind the gap on the pier. It's the most efficient taxi service you'll find in a year. Why even have a passport? Why bother with the law when you can skip the whole line and kick down the door? It's a spit in the face of every law-abiding man who's trying to survive on a broken fucking plan. The system is rigged. It's a total fucking sham, run by bureaucrats who don't give a goddamn. 60-odd people on a boat made of scrap, walking right into a welfare state trap, and the politicians stand there with a straight fucking face, claiming they're controlling the state of the place. Controlled? Are you joking? It's a fucking stampede, fueled by the smugglers' insatiable greed. They use kids as a shield, they use human rights as a sword, while the British public is getting completely ignored. It's a managed decline, it's a slow motion wreck, with a £1 billion bill hanging round our neck. The
asking for more. The hotels are full and the towns are on edge, but the leaders just hide behind some legalistic hedge. International treaties and EGR shit, while the fabric of the country starts to unravel and split. The drones see the launch, they see the engine start, but they don't do a thing to tear the business apart. They just track them and trace them until they're in range. Then we pull them on board and refuse to make a change. It's an absolute mockery of everything we built, a nation drowning in its own manufactured guilt. The cliffs aren't white anymore, they're stained with the grease of a system that surrendered its sense of peace. 1,400 in a week, that's a fucking invasion. But don't you dare say it or you'll face an abrasion. They'll call you a name and they'll shut down the chat while the smugglers get fat on the back of all that. It's a conveyor belt made of rubber and lies, operating right under our surveillance tech eyes. The boats are the symptom, but the cowardice is the cause of a government that refuses to enforce its own laws. So keep the cameras rolling, keep the drones in the air, watching the country go to hell while nobody's there. It's a tragedy, a farce, and a fucking disgrace, a total demolition of a sovereign place.
Are a joke, a fucking crumbling wall, watching the shadow of a nation start to trip and fall. It's not a border, it's a fucking buffet line for anyone with a dinghy and the gall to ignore the sign. They launch from the sand while the French police sleep, knowing the promises we made are promises we can't keep. They slash the rules, they burn the ID, they throw them in the waves, knowing the British taxpayer is the one who fucking pays. It's a mockery of every law that's written on the books, a system that rewards the boldest of the fucking crooks. The drones are just witnesses to a total legal heist, watching the sovereignty of a country being sacrificed. They arrive on the shore and start the fucking die. A different story, a different age, a different fucking name. No one says refugee, but the reality is clear. It's an economic hustle based on profit and on fear. I know the human rights lawyers are waiting in the wings, ready to pull the fucking legal puppet strings. They flaunt the rules because the rules have no teeth, while the anger of the public is boiling underneath. You wanna see a law-abiding citizen get pushed to the brink, watch them see the social contract vanish down the fucking sink. They spit in the eye of every person who waited in line, who followed the process and spent the fucking time. The smugglers tell them exactly what they need to say to make sure the system doesn't turn them away. Destroy the phone, lose the papers, tell them you're a team. The most transparent fucking lie that's ever been seen. And the authorities just nod, they just process the file with a pathetic, submissive, bureaucratic smile. The law is a weapon used against the ones who pay the tax, while the ones breaking in get to sit back and relax. It's a two-tier system, a fucking slap in the face, turning a proud country into a goddamn lawless space. The drones keep on recording 4K footage of the crime. Run out of space and we run out of fucking time. Why bother with a visa? Why bother with a visa? Why bother with a test when you could just float over and claim the fucking best? The hotels are full, the infrastructure's on its knees, but the boats keep on coming with the fucking breeze. They flaunt the warrants, they flaunt the deportation stays, getting lost in the system for years and fucking days. It's a sanctuary sanctuary for the lawless, a playground for the bold. While the story of our downfall is being fucking told. The hostile environment is a fucking fairy tale, when the only thing that's hostile is a system that's got stale. It's a disaster by design, a failure by choice, leaving the average person without a goddamn voice. $1,400 a week, and they're all escaping France. The biggest fucking load of shit if you give it a glance. France isn't a war zone, it isn't a hellhole of pain. They're just skipping the neighbor to maximize the gains. The shrug is relentless, it's a hunt for the gold. Under a banner of mercy that's getting fucking old. The laws are for us, the restrictions are for the poor, who are stuck watching the chaos from the bottom floor. The drones are the ushers, the border force is the crew. The bill for the circus is coming straight to you. A total collapse, a fucking surrender of the soul, with the criminals and smugglers in total goddamn control.
A sad day, a date of pure despair, when Kevin Hickey breathed his last bit of Hatfield air. A man in crisis, shaken from the depths of his soul, while the Hertz police experts let go of all control. They locked him in a box, they turned the heavy key, ignoring every warning sign that anyone could see. He wasn't just a number, wasn't just a booking name, but they treated him like garbage in their bureaucratic game. The safest place in town is a goddamn fucking lie, when they give a broken man the space and time to die. Hatfield's concrete walls, a monument to shame, where the duty of the state is just a hollow empty claim. They say the cells are safe, they say the risk is low, but they left a vulnerable man with nowhere else to go, found hanging from a hinge, the most basic fucking flaw in the supposedly secure and mighty arms of law. Where were the checks? Where was the watchful eye? While Kevin prepared his final desperate goodbye. Every 15 minutes, that's what the logbook said, but the logbooks are just fiction when a human being's dead. They failed to see the shaking, failed to see the dread, leaving him to lace the noose while they sat and broke their bread. A total fucking system failure, a catastrophic breach of the very basic safety that the manuals always preach. He was a high-risk prisoner. The status was quite clear, with a history of struggles and a heart full of fear. Alcohol withdrawal isn't something you can mask, but helping him was clearly a too difficult fucking task. They knew he was a danger to his own fragile life, but they left the door hinge open like a sharpened fucking knife. It's a design for disaster, a blueprint for the end, from a police force that pretends to be the public's friend. No constant supervision, no medical intervention, just a cold-blooded silence of institutional detention. They watched him through the hatch, but they didn't see a thing, until they found him hanging from the heavy metal swing. The inquest told the story of a man left all alone in a sterile, silent chamber made of concrete and of stone. They talked about observations, they talked about the gap, while the family was caught in a legal fucking trap. Neglect wasn't the verdict, though it should have been the word for every cry for help that the coppers never heard. If you leave a suicidal man in a cell with a point of tie, you're basically just waiting for the poor bastard to die. It's a level of incompetence that borders on a crime, executed negligence 1 minute at a time. The Hatfield custody suite, a house of fucking cards, protected by the lies of the independent guards. And then in Lewis did, just to add to the disgrace, another victim of the same goddamn fucking place, found unresponsive, left in handcuffs, left to fade by the same Hertz police force that never made the grade. Whether it's a noose or whether it's a drug-induced fit, the common theme is coppers who don't give a flying shit. They watch him on the monitor, they watch him on the screen, the most pathetic fucking service that's ever been seen. From Kevin in 2010 to the bodies in the now, they still haven't learned a single fucking lesson anyhow. They just print another report and they hold another meat, while more innocent blood is spilled upon the Hatfield sheet. The IOPC report is a shroud made of ink, designed to stop the public having time to fucking think. Lessons have been learned, says the chief with a sigh, while the families are left to wonder fucking why. Why's the hinge exposed? Why was he left so long? Why is the system always right and the victim always wrong? They'll paint over the walls and they'll fix the metal plate, but they can't fix the culture of indifference and hate. 12 verses of the truth, 12 verses of the pain, for a man who should have walked out in the Hertfordshire rain. Rest in peace to Kevin, and fuck the blue line that tried to bury the truth behind a natural causes sign.
The coroner stood up and he didn't hold back, exposing a system that was under attack. A Section 28 report, a warning of death, issued because Kevin drew his final fucking breath. It talked about the hinges, it talked about the door, the same goddamn faults they'd ignored for years before. They knew the design was a suicide threat, but they hadn't spent a penny on the safety just yet. A known risk sitting in a state-of-the-art cell, while Kevin was trapped in a personal hell. The report is a record of a state-sponsored crime, wasting our safety and wasting our time. They call them home office approved and secure, but that's just a lie to keep the public demure. The report says the hinges were a clear point of tie, a perfect fucking place for a man wanting to die. They'd had warnings before, they'd had near misses too, but the Hertz police bosses didn't know what to do. Or maybe they knew and they just didn't care, leaving a noose ready trap for the broken and bare. It's a design for a coffin, not a room for a guest, failing every single goddamn safety lab test. 30 pages of how we fucked up the plan while they buried the remains of a vulnerable man. The report highlights checks that were nothing but ghosts, a pathetic display from the professionals on post. Constant observation was the requirement on file, but they left him alone for a long, lonely while. They watched the monitor, or they said that they did, but they missed the exact moment that a spirit just slid. How do you miss a man hanging from a door unless you aren't fucking watching the feed anymore? It's a failure of vigilance, a failure of soul, while the custody sergeants lose all fucking control. The report screams neglect in every single line, a total collapse of the blue fucking side. And the response from the chief, a fucking disgrace. A bunch of we're sorry, while they hide their red face. We've replaced all the hinges, they finally said, only after the floor was littered with dead. Why wait for a body? Why wait for the grief to give the high-ranking bastard some budget relief? They value the carpet and they value the paint more than the life of a sinner or saint. The safety improvements are a decade too late for the men they left hanging at the Hatfield gate. It's a reactionary system. Oh, wait till they die before they even bother to fucking look wide. The report mentions staffing and training again. The same old excuses for the same old ass pain. Officers didn't realize the risk was so high, even with the man shaking and ready to die. If you can't see a crisis when it's right in your face, you shouldn't be wearing the badge of this place. It's a culture of laziness, a culture of meh, until the coroner is signing the final. The Section 28 is a tombstone of ink, pushing the Hertz police right over the brink. A documented history of how they don't give a toss while the public is bearing the ultimate loss. So read the report if you've got the stomach for lies, and see how the justice system actually dies. It dies in the hinges, it dies in the door, it dies on the Hatfield Station fucking floor. It dies in the silence of the monitoring room. It dies in the shadow of the custodial gloom. Kevin Hickey's death wasn't natural or fate. It was the product of a negligent, cold-hearted state. 12 verses of fire for the report they ignore, while they wait for the next body to hit the sound floor. Hertfordshire's finest, don't make me fucking laugh. They're just the Grim Reapers on the insolent staff. The report is a mirror, and the reflection is grim, showing a force that is failing on every single whim. They talk about remedy and fixing the flaw,
while they keep on ignoring the spirit of the law. Future deaths will occur, the coroner warned, while the memory of Kevin is barely even mourned. They'll fix the metal and they'll swap out the hinge, then go on another power-tripping, ego-filled binge. It's a cycle of tragedy, a loop of the dark without a single fucking redemptive, hopeful spot. The end of the story is the same as the start, tearing the trust of the county completely apart. Action must be taken, the legal text states, while the Reaper is waiting at the custody gates. But the action is slow and the progress is thin, while the officers are busy just covering their sin. They'll current learning outcomes in the next annual review. A bunch of corporate bullshit for me and for you. But the truth is on the hinges. The truth is in the word that they didn't do a single fucking thing they should. They raided for Cannon to pay the ultimate price before they even thought upon following advice. A legacy of blood and a legacy of shame. The Hertfordshire police are the ones we must blame. The Section 28 is a scream in the night, exposing the bastards who hid from the light. From Hatfield to Stevens, the patterns are clear. A force that is driven by apathy and fear.
Look at the banner, a bastardized stain. The Union Jack bleeding, hooked to a chain. They took the old colors, stripped them to gray, then drew a blue line where the blood used to spray. It ain't about service, it's ego and pride. A symbol for cowards with nowhere to hide. You draped it on shields like you're some kind of saint, but we see the rot underneath all the paint. You call it a tribute, we call it a tag. The mark of a predator, a counterfeit flag. It's a middle finger to the streets that you tread while you're counting the bodies and cracking a head. The irony's heavy, it's thick and it's foul. A brotherhood hiding behind a blue growl. You claim that you're heroes, the best of the pack, but you're just a gang dressed in carbon and black. Dressed in cotton and black. You talk about honor, you talk about law, then circle the wagons and sharpen the claw. When one of you slips and the truth starts to leak, the thin blue line ensures that you don't fucking speak. That stripe is a blindfold, it covers your eyes to the screams of the people and all of your lies. It's a badge for the bullies, a club for the cruel, using the flag as a tactical tool. You're cosplaying soldiers in high-vis and gear, trading in respect for a harvest of fear. The flag of the nation belongs to us all, not just the pricks waiting for a domestic call. You've carved out a set, a fruit of the badge with a touch by persona. Your gigs went to etch, it's pathetic and hollow. This wannabe state, built on a foundation of ego and hate. Of ego and hate. See that blue sticker on the back of the car, showing the world just how gung-ho you are. It's a gang sign, plain as the ink on a chest, proof that you think you're above all the rest. The law is a button you swing like a bat while hiding behind a blue stripe. Imagine that, you're not protecting, you're marking the zone, treating the city like a kingdom you own. A brotherhood bonded by silence and spite, choosing the darkness and calling it light. You spit on the colors of the land that you serve with a level or arrogance we don't deserve. The flag is a corpse that you've dragged through the mud, replacing the mercy with iron and blood. It's a visual threat, it's a boot on the neck, leaving the soul of the justice in wreck. The thin blue line is a thin fucking veil, keeping the truth of your sins in a jail. You're a mob with a pension, a crew with a van, the most dangerous gang since the history began.
Hijack the union, you poison the well, creating a tribalistic version of hell. If you're holding the line, then who are we then? Just targets and numbers to the blue-blooded men. It's us versus them, that's the code that you fly. A separatist anthem, a beautiful lie. But flags don't grant virtue and stripes don't grant grace, especially when worn by a disgrace to the race. The public's enemy, the street is a war. Is that what that fucking blue stripe is for? To remind us that you are a different breed, a mixture of power and systemic greed. You abandoned the duty, you've broken the trust, leaving the scales of the justice to rust. It's a gang patch, brother, let's call it for real. A brand for the bastards with hearts made of steel. You think you're a warrior at night in the dark, but you're just a dog with a cork with a bark. That flag is a bastard, a mutant, a freak, a symbol for those who find empathy weak. You've taken the cross and you painted it cold, a story of violence that's written real old. Tear it down from the walls, rip it off of the vest, and put that hero delusion to rest. Every time that you wear it, you're taking a side against every person who suffered and died. It's a wall of silence, it's barrier of stone, protecting the family and leaving us lone. There's no thin line keeping the chaos at bay, just a bunch of armed D-heads getting their way. So shove your blue Union Jack right off your eye. You're just a gang in a different class. The color of justice isn't neon and blue, it's something that's missing in every one of you. You traded the green or a tribalistic crew, with greatness of woman as the final insult. The flag's been defaced and the meaning is gone, replaced by a shadow that stretched far too long. So keep your blue line and your hollowed out pride. We know exactly what you're trying to hide.
The glass is clinking Westminster. The champagne flows so free while Starmer signs the warrant that kills our community. He stood upon the doorstep with his lies and plastic grin, then opened up the floodgates to let the chaos in. He doesn't live in Wee Alden, he doesn't walk our street, but he sold us down the river for a globalist deceit. Crowborough has fallen and the bastard's work is done. He's hidden in his ivory tower while we lose every son. He spoke of restoring order and ending hotel greed, but Starmer's just a vulture on a dying nation's need. He's grabbed our army barracks and he's turned them into cells for 500 unvetted men, creating local hells. No vote was cast for this disgrace, no planning was allowed. He silenced every resident and spat upon the crowd. Crowborough has fallen by the stroke of Starmer's pen. He's traded away our safety for his 5-year plan again. The high street's like a gauntlet now, a filthy, fearful place where you see the mask of tolerance slip off his lying face. The shopkeepers are terrified, the shutters coming down as Starmer's guests begin to roam and occupy our town. Shoplifting's now a sport to them, they take just what they please, while the police are told by Downing Street to stay upon their knees. Crowborough has fallen and the law is just a joke, burned on the altar of the man who sold us out to woke. Remember when the kids could play and walk home from the bus before Sir Keir decided that they didn't count like us? Now there's lurking in the bushes, the shadows in the park, and every mother's heart is cold and freezing in the dark. He calls us vile and far right if we dare to speak the truth, while he sacrifices every girl and every Sussex youth. Crowborough has fallen and the blood is on his hands, a traitor king who's poisoning the soil of his own land. He kicked the young cadets away, the pride of our own kin, to make more room for refugees and let the rot begin. The men who've never worked a day, who've never paid a groat, are Starmer's new priority, the ones who buy his vote. He's hollowed out the country and he's gutted every town, and he'll keep on smiling smugly as the Sussex sun goes down. Crowborough has fallen and he's laughing at the sight as the Labour he once promised turns into a total blight. The GP's full, the dentist's gone, the wait is 10 weeks long, but Starmer says we're racist if we say that this is wrong. They get the doctors, get the food, they get the heating high, while our own lonely pensioners are left alone to die. It's a calculated insult, it's a dagger in the back, a systematic, bloody and cold-hearted state attack. Crowborough has fallen and the culprit wears a suit with a mouthful of platitudes and a heart that's absolute loot. He bypassed every council, he bypassed every law The pink ladies are marching, the shield is standing tall, but Starmer's got his fingers in his ears against it all. He thinks we're just a problem to be managed and ignored, while the safety of our families is put toward the sword. A girl followed in the forest, a phone snatched from a hand. This is the new Britain that the prick has carefully planned. Crowborough has fallen, and the anger's turning black against the man who stabbed the English public in the back. They loiter by the surgery, they watch the primary gate, while Starmer tells us unity is what will make us great. What unity is there to find when your daughter's scared to walk, when the guests he's brought in unvetted don't even try to talk? They look at us like targets, and they look at us with hate, while Starmer sits in number 10 and decides our bloody fate. Crowborough has fallen under a tyrant's heavy boot, the man who loves the migrant but who hates the British root. He's turned the camp into a fort with guards and double wire, but he set the surrounding neighborhood on a slow and steady fire. Non-detained means free to prowl, non-detained means free to scare, while Starmer's private security is nowhere to be there. They piss against the war memorial, they shout and leer and mock, while the residents of Crowborough are living under shock. Crowborough has fallen, and it's Starmer's dirty deed, a man who's traded loyalty for a nasty global creed. And he'll lie through every tooth. He's spent a lifetime hiding from the jagged, ugly truth. The town is being ransacked, the community is torn, and we curse the very day that Keir Starmer was ever born. He's an architect of ruin. Look, Crowborough is waking up to a fucking nightmare. A quiet Sussex town, now there's poison in the air. They're filling up the training camp, hidden in the trees, while the locals are left begging on their fucking knees. The Ministry of Decency has turned its back on the brave to give these illegal bastards everything they crave. We didn't vote for this, we didn't give them the nod to house these fucking invaders on our own sod. Walk down through the town, and what do you see? Groups from the camp, who the fuck could they be? Military-age men, not a woman in sight, strolling past the beacon in the middle of night. The mums are terrified to let the kids out to play, knowing there's a fortress of them just a mile away. Lock your doors tight, keep your eyes on the street, cause the safety we knew is in total retreat. You call them asylum seekers, we call them a plague. The excuses from the Home Office are always so vague. They jump the whole queue while we wait for a dock. The whole fucking system is a massive crock. They're living on the base while our veterans sleep rough. The people of Crowborough had had quite enough. They look at our daughters with those predatory eyes, while the liberal elite keep on feeding us lies. A Crowborough says no is the cry on the wind. For the safety of families we will never rescind. We're sick of the virtue signaling pricks in the city who don't have to live with this. It's a fucking pity your taxes are paying for the camp seats and board, while the local infrastructure is being ignored. The GP is packed and the schools are all full. We're fed up with swallowing this socialist bull. They're lighting at the gates and they're wandering round. The smell of resentment is the only new sound. You're importing the third world to a Sussex retreat. I wonder why residents are taking to the streets. It's an absolute insult, a slap in the face to use a military site to disgrace this place. We've worked all our lives to build up this town, just to watch these bureaucrats tear it all down. The pub's getting rowdy, the anger is deep. The lions of England are waking from sleep. You think we're just bigots or far right and mad? Nah, we're just parents who are fucking ironclad. Protecting our borders is the first job of state, but you've opened the barracks and sealed up our fate. If you think we'll just sit here and take it like sheep, you've got a massive fucking mountain to leap. They don't share our values, they don't know our way, but we're the ones forced to provide and to pay. Crowborough's a village, a tight-knit community, now violated by those who act with impunity. Scared of the crime rate, scared of the change. Everything familiar now feels fucking strange. The camp's full of strangers with no names and no past, and we know this temporary shit is meant to last. The residents are fuming, the tension is high. Underneath the grey, miserable the Sussex sky, the police are too busy policing our speech, while the real fucking criminals are within reach. They protect the camp gates and target the locals, ignoring the pleas of the angry and vocals. It's a two-tier system, it's plain as the day, and the people of Crowborough are being led astray. Why should we care about human rights for the mob when the average resident is losing their job, when the cost of a rental is through the damn roof, but they get a barracks? There's your fucking proof of betrayal and total. The treason is deep, all the traitors in Westminster are falling asleep, but we're wide awake now, and we're loud and we're proud, and Crowborough side no side is leading the crowd. So take your FDs and shove them up your ass. Using the training camp is a dangerous farce. We want our town back, we want our streets safe, without every corner housing some foreign waif. But fury is boiling, the lid's gonna blow, cause the people of Crowborough have already said no. No more excuses, no more bleeding heart crap. Get them out of our town, enough of the mouth. We'll stand at the entrance, we'll protest the gate. We won't leave our future to these twisted fakes. England for the English and Sussex for us, without the enrichment of the migrant-filled bus. The training camp's ours and we're taking a stand to kick every one of them out of our mouths. And we're the message, let the echoes open. Yo. Listen up. Welcome to Crowborough, once a sleepy, peaceful town. Now the residents are wearing a permanent, heavy frown. They snuck 'em in at night, like some undercover crime, while the locals were sleeping, just wasting their time. The military base where the cadets used to train, now it's full of young men causing nothing but pain. The government don't give a damn about the people's voice. They just dumped them on us. We didn't get a fucking choice. The women are terrified, they're looking over their shoulder, while the air in the town just keeps getting colder. Denise said it straight, she's lived here since '96. Now the safety she felt is a memory they've managed to nix. Young girls can't walk their dogs at 6 in the night, because the presence of these strangers gives them a fright. It's a population of 21,000, we can't take the weight, but the leaders in London are busy sealing our fate. They kicked out the kids, the cadets, our future and pride, to make room for the ones who took a dinghy for a ride. The flight simulator's gone, the training is dead, while they put undocumented men in a warm, comfy bed. These guys never worked a day, never paid into the pot, but they get everything handed, while the locals just rot. They jump the queue, bypass the laws of the land, and Starmer's just watching with the blood on his hand. Keir Starmer, you traitor, you've turned on your own, sitting high and mighty on your Westminster throne. You promised us order, you promised us control, but you're selling the safety of the public soul. You should be removed, stripped of the power you hold, because the lies that you're feeding us are getting real old. You're a traitor to the public, a snake in a suit, and the anger and Crowborough is starting to take root. The Home Office says that the migrants come first, while the safety of our daughters is facing the worst. Rights of the strangers trump the rights of the taxpayer. It's a national emergency. We need more than a prayer. They talk about human rights for the ones on the boat, but what about the residents who are struggling to float? They're bragging and boasting about opening more sites, while the people of Britain are losing their rights. Shabana Mahmood, you're reckless and loud, bragging about disruption, making no one proud, sight after sight. Yeah, that's what she said, while the fear in the community is starting to spread. They call us names. If you don't double check, but it's our homes and our children we're here to protect. It's a mess, it's a shambles, it's a total disgrace, and the look of betrayal is on every local's face. One resident said she's too scared for the shock, wondering when this madness is finally gonna stop. Underground car parks are a place of pure dread, with the future what if running round in her head. The infrastructure's buckling, it can't take the strain, but the ones in the cabinet don't feel any of the pain. They live in their bubbles, far away from the gates, while Crowborough is left to the cruelest of fates. Stop the boats was the slogan, but the boats never stop. The numbers keep climbing right over the top. 800 arrived in just one single week, while the future of Britain is looking real bleak. They're warehousing problems in our local streets, while the traitors in power are enjoying their treats. It's an invasion, they said it, the word is out loud, and the shadow of danger is a permanent cloud. Reform says deport, but the elites just won't listen, while the knives of the Dreninals are starting to glisten. They talk about stats and they talk about percent, but tell that to the parents whose lives have been bent. One incident's too many when it's your own child, but the rhetoric from Labour is just weak and it's mild. They've abandoned the people who built up this land and left us all sinking in the shifting sand. So here's to the residents standing their ground. The Crowborough says no is a powerful sound, from the pink ladies marching to the men in the street and won't accept a future of total defeat. Stalin needs to go. He's a traitor with fraud who's ignored every warning and struck every chord of a country in ruin, of a town in a cage, and now you're seeing the birth of a righteous rage. It's not coming silent, but we're shouting out loud. We're British, we're angry, and we're rightfully proud. You can't replace us, and you can't shut us down. We won't let you ruin our beautiful town. The military base belongs to the crown and the folk, not to be used for this multicultural job. We want our safety, we want our lives back, and we're tired of being under this constant attack. So listen up here, and listen up well. You've turned this green land into a living hell. The people have spoken, the message is clear. We don't want them here, and we don't want the fear. Remove him from power, the traitorous slave, before there's nothing left for the public to take. Progress says no, and we're saying it twice. We want to pay the bill for your political vice.
Test on the mic.
Gates are open, trucks are rolled in, a betrayal of trust, a political sin. They've done 500 in a town of our own, while the seeds of our anger are bitterly sown. The high street is quiet, the shadows have grown, Crowborough has fallen. The truth is now They talk about checks and they talk about care, but there's a cold, bloody rot in the Sussex air. You've kicked out the cadets, the kids and the brave, to turn an old camp into a community grave. The Home Office suits don't give a solitary toss, while we're the poor bastards who carry the loss. Crowbar has fallen, and it's all at our cost. 500 men, not a woman in sight, roaming our lanes in the dead of the night. The CCTV's useless, a 16 grand joke as the peace of our village goes up in smoke. They're loitering on corners, they're watching the school, while the government treats every resident like a four. Crowborough has fallen under a coward's rule. The stories of shoplifting, phones getting snatched, a wave of new chaos that's quickly been hatched. A girl was followed down a dark wooded track, now she's too bloody scared to ever go back. The police are all busy, no resources, they say, as the thugs and the chances have it their way. Crowborough has fallen more and more every day. You promised us safety, you promised us peace, instead you brought us a god-awful lease. They're pissing in gardens and shouting in tongues, while the stench of this failure fills up our lungs. The pubs are all empty, the windows are barred, because living in Crowborough has gotten too hard. Crowborough has fallen, and the landscape is scarred. It's only for months is the lie that they tell, while they've turned our green forest into a hell. Asbestos and ordnance were buried in dirt, but it's the people living here who'll truly get hurt. They bypass the planning, they bypass the law, and leave us with nothing but blood on the floor. Crowborough has fallen, we can't take any more. The Shield is still fighting, the money is raised, but the council is useless, confused and amazed. They meet with the ministers, they drink all the tea, while the town that we love is no longer free. The non-detained bastards, they wander at will, giving every grandmother a terrifying chill. Crowborough has fallen, and it's making us ill.